Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We'll start with our meeting of tonight, mardi 4 juillet 2023. Madame Liendo, la parole est à vous.
Alors, il est d'abord proposé d'adopter l'ordre du jour de la présente séance ordinaire du 4 juillet 2023 tel que déposé.
Un proposeur.
Un proposeur, Paul Ford.
Et secondé par.
Je second, Dominique Zito.
Merci.
Maintenant, nous sommes au point 3, procès-verbaux. The first item is 3.1. It is proposed that the minutes of the regular sitting held on June 5, 2023 at 8 p.m. be approved.
Un proposeur.
I'll propose that Nancy Cook-Mercedes.
And second.
I'll second, John Jackman.
Au point 3.2, il est proposé de ratifier le procès-verbal de la séance extraordinaire tenue le 19 juin 2023 à 8 heures.
Un proposeur.
Je vais la proposer, c'était Bouchard.
Et secondé par.
I'll second that, Mike Brown.
Merci.
Au point 4, en payable, il est proposé de confirmer et d'approuver le paiement d'un montant total de 21 119 839,62 $. Pour l'ensemble des chèques émis et annulés, les dépôts directs et les paiements préautorisés pour la période du 1er au 23 juin 2023.
Un proposeur.
Je propose John Morrison.
Et secondé.
I second that, Karen Cliff.
Merci.
Nous sommes maintenant au point 5, réglementation bylaws. Il est proposé de donner avis de motion à l'effet qu'à une séance ultérieure du Conseil soit présenté pour adoption le règlement de zonage numéro 90-58-108, intitulé Règlement modifiant le règlement de zonage 90-58, aux fins de créer une nouvelle zone industrielle 326M, à même une partie de l'actuelle zone industrielle 325M, et de créer de nouvelles grilles de spécifications établissant les normes d'implantation et les usages autorisés dans cette nouvelle zone et de déposer le projet de règlement. Il est de plus proposé d'adopter ce projet de règlement tel que déposé devant le Conseil et dont une copie est mise à la disposition du public sur le site Internet de la Ville. L'objet de ce règlement est de créer la nouvelle zone industrielle 326M. Une assemblée publique de consultation aura lieu le 24 juillet 2023 à 17h30 à l'Hôtel de Ville. Un avis public à cet effet sera affiché sur le site Internet de la Ville le 7 juillet prochain. Et l'adoption du second projet de règlement est prévue pour l'Assemblée régulière du 7 août 2023.
Premièrement, j'ai besoin d'un proposeur pour l'avis de motion, puis aussi le dépôt.
Je propose l'avis de motion et le dépôt du projet 90-58-108 par Michel.
Et maintenant, pour l'adoption, un proposeur,
Je propose l'adoption du projet.
puis appuyé par.
Je vais le seconder, c'était Bouchard.
Merci.
Item 5.2. Considering that a notice of motion of bylaw Gen 2023-51-1 entitled Bylaw Amending Bylaw Number Gen 2023-51 Establishing Tariffs for Certain Municipal Services in order to replace Schedule A and B was given, and that a draft of this bylaw was filed at the regular sitting of the Council of June 5th. Considering that copies of this bylaw were made available to the public on the town's website, it is proposed to adopt this bylaw. And this bylaw will come into force on July 7, 2023, date of publication of the public notice to that effect.
Somebody to move the bylaw?
I'll actually propose it.
Okay. And
Nancy
second?
Cook-Mercedes.
I'll second it, Dominique Zito.
Thank you.
Au point 5.3, il s'agit de l'adoption du règlement 2016-53-2, intitulé Règlement modifiant le règlement 2016-53 sur l'occupation et l'entretien des bâtiments afin d'inclure les terrains vacants. Considérant qu'un avis de motion de ce règlement a été donné et qu'un projet a été déposé à la séance du Conseil du 5 juin, considérant que des copies de ce règlement ont été mises à la disposition du public sur le site Internet de la Ville, il est proposé d'adopter ce règlement, lequel entrera en vigueur le 7 juillet 2023, date de publication d'un avis public à cet effet.
Proposeur
I'll propose that called before.
et appuyé par
I'll second that, Careful.
Item 5.4 is the adoption of zoning bylaw number 9058-107, entitled Bylaw Amending Zoning Bylaw 9058 in order to ensure its concordance with the provincial residential swimming pool safety regulation. Considering that a notice of motion of this bylaw was given, that a draft was filed and adopted at the June 5th regular sitting of council, considering that no representations were made concerning this draft bylaw at the public consultation meeting that was held on June 19th, and that this bylaw does not contain any provisions that would make it a bylaw subject to approval by way of referendum. Considering that copies of this bylaw were made available to the public on the town's website, it is proposed to adopt this modification to the zoning bylaw 9058, and it will come into force on July 7th, date of publication of the public notice to that effect.
propose
I'll propose that, Mike Brown.
and second.
I'll second that, John Morrison.
Nous sommes maintenant au point 6, contrat. Le premier point 6.1, il s'agit de l'octroi du contrat juillet 2023-06, nettoyage de collecteurs d'égouts, de plusieurs de rues, d'unités de traitement, d'aires de décantation et de dates de propriété avec 4 options de renouvellement. Suivant cet appel d'offres public, 4 soumissions ont été reçues à l'intérieur du délai imparti. Les soumissions ont été ouvertes publiquement le 16 juin. Et à la suite d'un examen des documents reçus, les soumissions ont été jugées conformes aux documents d'appel d'offres. Il est proposé d'octroyer le contrat génie 2023-06 à la compagnie numéro 9363 9888 Québec Inc., qui est également connu sous le nom de Sanibac, le plus bas soumissionnaire conforme pour un montant total de 165 552,50 $, toutes taxes applicables incluses.
Un proposeur
I'll propose that called before.
et appuyé par
Item 6.2 is the awarding of the contract Génie 2023-05, cleaning and televised inspection of sanitary and storm sewer lines by conventional camera. Following this call for tenders by invitation, 3 bids were received within the allotted time frame. The bids were opened publicly on June 22nd, and following a review of the documents received, they were deemed compliant with the tender specifications. It is proposed to award contract Génie 2023-05 to company number 93639888 Québec Inc., also known as Sanibac, the lowest confirming bidder, for a total amount of $101,485.21, all applicable taxes included.
un proposeur.
I'll propose that, Steve Bouchard.
And second by
I'll second it, Dominic Seco.
Merci.
Le point 6.3, il s'agit de l'octroi du contrat REC 2023-03, réhabilitation du parc Écoscombe. Suivant cet appel d'offres public, 8 soumissions ont été reçues à l'intérieur du délai imparti. Les soumissions ont été ouvertes publiquement le 29 juin et à la suite d'un examen des documents reçus, 7 des 8 soumissions, incluant la plus basse, ont été jugées conformes aux documents d'appel d'offres. Il est proposé d'octroyer le contrat REC 2023-03 à Transport JR Cyr et Fils Inc., le plus bas soumissionnaire conforme, pour un montant total de 376 669,60 $, toutes taxes applicables incluses.
Un proposeur.
Je le propose, Nancy Coconut.
Merci. Et appuyé.
Just second that, John Morrison.
Merci.
Item 6.4 is the awarding of contract TP 2023-23, supply of a 6-wheel electric truck. Following this public call for tenders, 3 bids were received within the allotted time frame. The bids were opened publicly on June 22nd, 2023, and following a review of the documents received, they were deemed compliant with the tender specifications. It is proposed to award contract EP 2023-23 to la Compagnie électrique Lyon, the lowest confirming bidder, for a total amount of $389,424.95, all applicable taxes included.
An autre véhicule électrique, another vehicle, electric vehicle, that brings our fleet close to 75% electric. So as soon as our vehicle is basically come to the end of their life, we're looking at electric for all of our vehicles. So I need somebody to propose.
Should I propose, Karen Cliff?
And second.
And I'll second that, Mike Brown.
Okay.
Au point 6.5, il s'agit de l'octroi du contrat TP 2023-33, installation de fûts et réverbères. Suivant cet appel d'offres public, 6 soumissions ont été reçues à l'intérieur de 20 parties. Les soumissions ont été ouvertes publiquement le 22 juin. Et à la suite d'un examen des documents reçus, les soumissions ont été jugées conformes aux documents d'appel d'offres. Il est proposé d'octroyer le contrat TP 2023-33 à Construction MRC Inc., le plus bas soumissionnaire conforme, pour un montant total de 194 081,25 $, toutes taxes applicables incluses.
Le proposeur
I'll propose that, Paul, before.
est secondé par.
Je laisse seconde, Chairman.
Item 6.6 is the first renewal option of contract Rec 2022-11, maintenance of the arena's refrigeration system with 3 renewal options. This contract was initially awarded on June 13, 2022 to Climat Control SB Inc. 0C with 3 renewal options. It is proposed that this contract be renewed with Climat Control SB Inc. 0C for a first renewal option covering the period of August 1st, 2023 to July 31st, 2024 for a total amount of $17,948.68, all applicable taxes included. This amount includes a revision of unit prices corresponding to the Consumer Price Index.
Propose.
I'll propose it, Dominic Zito.
And second.
I'll second it, Nancy Kokonasides.
Au point 6.7, il s'agit de la 3e option de renouvellement du contrat 13-2020-01, service professionnel d'expert en audit, comptable avec 4 options de renouvellement. Ce contrat a initialement été octroyé le 8 septembre 2020 à BCGO SENCRL avec 4 options de renouvellement. Il est proposé de reconduire ce contrat avec BCGO pour une 3e option de renouvellement du 1er août 2023 au 30 avril 2024 pour une dépense globale de 40 272,08 $, toutes taxes applicables incluses, un montant qui inclut une révision des prix unitaires correspondant à l'IPC.
Un proposeur.
Je vais la proposer, Steve Bouchard.
Il est secondé par.
Just second that, John Morrison.
Nous sommes maintenant sur la section administration et finances au point 7. Le premier point est 7.1. Il est proposé d'autoriser les ajouts suivants à la liste de contributions aux organismes communautaires locaux approuvés par le conseil municipal pour l'année 2023. Il y a Big Brothers and Big Sisters pour un montant de $1 000, WIIA pour $1 000, AMCAB $760, Unrock $500, West Island Mission $500 et Salvation Army $500.
Un proposeur
Je propose, Karen Cliff.
est secondé par.
Voilà, secondé, Paul Fort.
Merci.
Sous le point 8, Human Resources, item 8.1, it is proposed to appoint and confirm Mr. Rock Graton to the permanent blue-collar position of motorized equipment mechanic within the Public Works Department as of October 11, 2022, the whole in accordance with the provisions of the collective agreement currently in force for blue-collar employees of the town of Kirkland.
This, by the way, is a replacement for one of our employees that took his retirement, so I need somebody to propose it.
I'll propose that. Nancy Kokonasidis.
And second?
I'll support it, Dominic Zito.
Thank you.
Au point 8.2, il est proposé de nommer M. Nigel Barber au poste cadre de superviseur patron municipal au sein du service des travaux publics pour une période d'essai de 12 mois, à compter du 29 mai 2023, le tout conformément à la politique d'emploi des employés cadres de la ville de Kirkland.
Ceci est aussi un remplacement, donc un proposeur
I'll propose that, Mike Brown.
et secondé par.
Je second John Morrison.
Merci.
We are now under item 9, Urban Planning Advisory Committee. The first item is 9.1. It is proposed to grant in conformity with bylaw number 9063 entitled Bylaw Concerning Minor Exemptions of the Town of Kirkland, the following minor exemption to zoning bylaw 9058. The address is 49 Monsadel Street, lot 2458878 in zone 106R. In order to allow a proposed slope of 2'12" or 2'12" for the portion of the roof above the double garage in the front facade, and for the roof of the main floor extension on the right side of the house instead of a minimum of 3'12" or inch, as per Article 4.7.
Okay, propose.
I'll propose that, Steve Bouchard.
And second?
I'll second it, Chairman Chapman.
Au point 9.2, il est proposé d'accorder, en vertu du règlement 9063 intitulé Règlement relatif aux dérogations mineures de la ville de Kirkland, la dérogation mineure suivante au règlement de zonage 9058. L'adresse est le 27 rue Bonaventure, sur le lot 1-991-368, dans la zone 114R, afin de permettre l'installation d'une remise dans la marge latérale gauche, ce qui n'est pas permis dans la zone résidentielle 114R, tel que stipulé à l'article 10.7b, avec la condition que la headset existante dans la marge de recul avant gauche soit toujours conservée devant la remise à une hauteur minimale de 6 pieds, afin qu'elle ne soit pas visible de la voie publique.
Un proposeur.
I'll propose that, Steve Bouchard.
And second?
Je vais le seconder, Chairman Chapman.
Item 9.3, it is proposed to take note of the request for approval of the site planning and architectural integration program and accompanying documents for the construction project on lot 6480538 in zone 325M, located at 16781 Trans-Canada Highway, and the extract of the minutes of the PAC meeting held on June 13, 2023. It is the future Juno storage, and to approve as submitted the site planning and architectural integration plans listed in item 3.3.1 of the minutes of the PAC meeting held on June 13, said plan being in conformity with bylaw SPAIP 2022-55 and having received a favorable recommendation from the PAC.
Propose.
I'll propose.
I'll propose it, Chairman Chapman.
I'll second that, Steve Bouchard.
Okay.
Le point 9.4, il est proposé de prendre acte de la demande d'approbation des plans d'implantation et d'intégration architecturale et des documents d'accompagnement relativement au projet de construction sur le lot 1-992-666 dans la zone 138R située au 56 rue Aizona et de l'extrait du procès-verbal du CCU daté du 13 juin, et d'approuver tel quel les plans d'implantation et d'intégration architecturale énumérés au point 3.1.1 du procès-verbal de la réunion du CCU du 13 juin. Ces plans étant conformes au règlement TIA 2022-55 et ayant fait l'objet d'une recommandation favorable du CCU.
Un proposeur.
Je vais proposer, Steve Bouchard.
Et secondé.
C'est Chairman Chapman, secondé.
Item 9.5, it is proposed to take note of the request for approval of the site planning and architectural integration program and accompanying documents for the expansion project on lot 1991782 in zone 137R, located at 13 Beacon Crescent, and the extract of the minutes of the PAC meeting held on June 13, 2023, and to approve as submitted the site planning and architectural integration plans listed in item 2.1.1 of the minutes of the PAC meeting of June 13, said plans being in conformity with bylaw SPAIP 2022-55, and having received a favorable recommendation from the PAC.
Propose.
I propose that the chairman check.
And second.
I'll second that. Steve Bouchard.
Le point 9.6, il est proposé de prendre acte de la demande d'approbation des plans d'implantation et d'intégration architecturale et des documents d'accompagnement relativement au projet d'agrandissement sur le lot 2 458-878 dans la zone 106R située au 49 rue Mont-Sabel et de l'extrait du procès-verbal de la séance du CCU du 9 mai. Il a approuvé tel quel les plans d'implantation et d'intégration architecturale énumérés au point 2.1.1 du procès-verbal de la séance du CCU du 9 mai. Ces plans étant conformes au règlement PIA 2022-55 et ayant fait l'objet d'une recommandation favorable du CCU.
Le proposeur.
Je vais la proposer, Steve Bouchard.
Et secondé par.
Je vais laisser seconder le chairman check.
Il n'y a aucune affaire qui touche les points 10 et 11 qui est traité à la présente séance, ce qui nous amène au rapport du maire sur les affaires d'agglomération qui a eu lieu le 15 juin 2023.
There was two items that we voted against, item 2015 and 2044, and they're all related to bike path. The first one was a bike path that's situated sur la rue des Communes et Princes in the borough or l'arrondissement de Ville-Marie. And the reason we basically voted against, we asked the SLAM, that's the office that supplies us with the answer, but in this case they couldn't supply us with a logical answer, as to how we can charge to the agglomeration all that part of the expenditure incurred by Montreal to improve the general development of the site. So it was not basically the bike path itself, it was just to improve the surrounding also that we voted against. In 2044, it was a similar situation. It was in relation to a bike path, l'aménagement de pistes cyclables à divers endroits. But when they do bike path, they'll do all kinds of improvement, like the signage, or even the electronic intersection where you've got lighting there. So it came to the same conclusion. As the list of projected work site was not available, how can you vote for something that's not available? A request was made to SLAM to obtain it and specified with the relevant breakdown. All this work for each of these sites is the responsibility of the agglo. So those are the two articles, 2015 and 2044, that we voted against.
Il n'y a aucune affaire touchant les points 13 et 14 qui sont traités à la présente séance. Le conseil prend acte du dépôt de la correspondance du mois de juin par la greffière. There is no new business table at the sitting. Ce qui nous amène à la période de questions du public. La période de questions est maintenant ouverte. Tout membre du public désire s'adresser au conseil municipal et de faire la file derrière le micro et de respecter la distanciation physique. Lorsque le droit de parole vous est accordé, veuillez ne pas toucher le micro, énoncez vos noms et adresses et formulez votre question de manière claire et concise en vous adressant au maire dans un langage respectueux. Chaque intervention est limitée à 2 questions Mais il vous sera possible de poser des questions supplémentaires lorsque tous les membres du public qui désirent s'adresser au conseil auront eu l'occasion de le faire. Public question period is now open. Members of the audience who wish to address the municipal council are requested to remain behind the microphone and to respect physical distancing. When given the floor, please refrain from touching the microphone, state your name and address, and direct your question to the mayor in a clear and concise manner using respectful language. Each intervention is limited to 2 questions. You will be able to ask additional questions once all members of the audience who wish to address the council have had a chance to do so.
Bonjour les membres du conseil. Bonjour les membres de l'administration.
Bon, merci.
This is not the casquette of from who you think. On recommence. André Léveillé.
Oh, excuse-moi, monsieur. Monsieur Père Joël.
40 Henri Darroux.
Monsieur Pigeon, vous demande d'être respectueux envers tout le monde.
Ben, j'essaie, mais c'est pas facile.
Mais tu devrais te fermer, là, c'est à mon tour.
Ah oui, donc.
Monsieur Pigeon, on vous demande s'il te plaît.
OK. OK, André. Ton adresse encore, André?
40 Henri Darroux,
40 Henri Darroux. OK.
Bientôt, il n'y aura plus de service à l'adresse que je vais mentionner. Je vois mal des membres du conseil me parler avec des casquettes sur la tête. De mon côté, pour être respectueux envers vous autres, ceux qui sont en arrière du micro ne devraient pas porter de casquette ou de chapeau. C'est juste aussi simple que ça. Hey,
merci.
Moi, parler, pas toi.
Parle vite. Allez.
Une autre fois.
C'est down for
Et pas. OK, vas-y, André.
Je pense que la seule liberté que tu as, là, c'est de t'en aller et de ouvrir la porte.
Oui, t'es bien agressif. T'es bien agressif à ce
À mon tour, à parler, c'est pas à toi.
Ah, tu t'empêches pas de parler.
OK, vas-y, André.
J'ai lu dans le Suburban une étude que Kirkland veut faire sur les elderly,
Oui.
puis les seniors, quand il y a des dégâts.
Oui, exactement.
Exemple, ce qu'on a eu il n'y a pas longtemps, là, le verglas.
Le verglas, oui. Bon.
Le verglas, au bien du monde, sont restés une journée, 2 journées, 3 journées dans leur maison, sans être capable d'appeler, sans être capable d'avoir de nouvelles. Le téléphone ne fonctionne pas, rien ne fonctionne. Alors, dans Suburban, j'ai vu que Kirkland ferait une étude pour créer un programme pour compenser ça.
C'est plus ou moins c'est un registre des personnes vulnérables.
Oui, c'est correct.
Oui.
Je connais personnellement des villes, des gens qui ont ce programme-là dans d'autres villes. Je n'aimerais pas les villes parce que je ne veux pas vous fâcher. Puis, qu'est-ce que je voulais dire? Qui sont, comme par hasard, il y a eu un désastre chez lui à un moment donné. Puis les pompiers ou les policiers sont arrivés chez lui pour lui demander si tout était correct, etc. Alors, j'imagine que Kirkland va créer à peu près la même chose.
Exactement.
Je sais que ça prend la logistique. Je sais que ça ne sera pas facile, mais je trouve que l'idée est fantastique.
Parfait. Mais
alors,
c'est pour encourager. C'est bien que tu le mentionnes. Pour la simple raison, on a vu avec les crises qu'on a eues dans le passé qu'on ne pouvait pas rejoindre tout le monde. Puis le conseil disait ici, il faut absolument s'assurer, surtout nos seniors, soient en sécurité. Mais il faut s'y faire, tu sais, c'est pas tous les seniors qui ont un adresse courriel. Mais avec ça, on encourage nos résidents à aller voir ces personnes-là qui sont vulnérables, qui n'ont pas d'adresse courriel, mais qui ont un numéro de téléphone. Puis de ne pas gêner, de nous donner les informations, parce qu'on veut juste leur bien. Justement, dans des cas de sécurité ou de verglas, on peut au moins leur téléphoner, s'assurer. Est-ce que vous êtes confortable? Est-ce que vous avez besoin de manger? Est-ce que vous avez besoin de docteur? Voulez-vous qu'on vous amène en quelque part? Donc, c'est une base. Avant, on pouvait indirectement communiquer avec eux avec Code Red, mais c'est pas tout le monde qui va embarquer sur Code Red. Donc, moi, j'encourage tout le monde, tous nos citoyens, d'encourager ces personnes vulnérables-là de nous fournir les informations.
De toute façon, je sais que ça ne sera pas facile.
Non.
Ça va prendre un certain temps. Moi, je ne serai pas ici pour le vivre, malheureusement. Et quand même, félicitations pour ça.
Merci.
C'est un excellent programme.
Merci, André.
J'apprécie vraiment. Est-ce que je peux remettre ma casquette? Je m'en vais m'asseoir.
Oui. Merci.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci, André.
Hello, poor quality audio. Bonsoir tout le monde. L'audio est pas vraiment, je ne comprends pas quand je l'écoute. Anyway.
Tu peux enlever ton chapeau, c'est
Okay.
c'est la même chose que toi.
Good evening, everybody. Lucien Pigeon, 16876 Hydas. I've got a lot to cover. I can't cover it all tonight, but I hope to have a chance to at least ask a few questions.
Commence avec une question.
Laisse-moi pas parler de terrain. First of all, could I impose with the Kirkland Archives the important documents that relate to my question this evening? Can I impose?
Excuse-moi.
That's disrespectful.
Je sais. Mais
What's disrespectful with what I just said?
Well, it's because council made the other gentleman take his hat off.
No.
Oh,
You should do the same.
Let's not get carried away. Listen, we're human beings. We're ought to live and breathe. Excuse me. Can I depose my documents, Mr.
Pas tout de
Mayor?
suite, un instant, Lucien. Envoie donc, Paul.
Monsieur Pigeon,
Oui.
Pigeon, j'ai une question.
Oui, envoie donc.
J'ai vu votre vidéo comme vous étiez passé à le conseil de la ville de Vermont le 1er novembre passé.
Ça a affaire avec un chapeau encore?
Puis j'ai remarqué quelque chose.
Oui, c'est quoi
Vous
ça?
n'avez pas de chapeau pantoute, puis pour se rendre dans le conseil, le chamber room, qui avait le chapeau. Puis c'est la première fois que je vous vois dans ce conseil, pas de chapeau. Mais ici, vous n'avez pas le même respect.
Oh, ben ça veut pas dire que je vous respecte pas parce que je porte un chapeau. Excuse-moi. Excuse-moi. By the way, can I depose this, please?
En passant, je veux juste te demander une fois, veux-tu enlever ton chapeau?
Non.
OK, bon.
Merci.
Tu le déposeras à l'arrière. Parfait. Sur la table à l'arrière, puis je vais demander à ma directrice adjointe de prendre ton document.
OK, c'est acceptable. Ça, vous êtes sûr?
Ça enlève ça là?
Pas tout, peut-être pas.
OK. Ben, comme vous avez reçu, you received my emails, I guess, if you haven't looked at them, maybe.
C'est quoi ta question, Lucien?
Écoute donc. C'est pas ça, excuse me. So, let's just look at, I have a document here, which I was wanting to give you because you could have looked at it.
No, we already received it.
Okay, as you know by email, that I'm in contact with Montserrat Diraji and Francis Carpalagian, which I did, thanks to Karen. She suggested I go and see them again, which I did. They're never there, of course. But I got nowhere. I got nowhere with them. So they don't want to talk to me. They don't want to answer my question. Why are politicians killing us with climate change? I'm just wondering if the people here agree the politicians worldwide are killing us with climate change. I'm just wondering. Because it's so obvious, so obvious.
La question pour le maire, s'il vous plaît.
Can I ask a question from my city councilor, councilman?
C'est quoi ta question, Lucien?
Can I ask my councilman a question?
Lucien, go ahead. What's the question for me?
Okay, you have before you this document, which shows Canada's rank in G emissions, right? You have it in front of you?
Everybody has it.
Yes.
No, you don't have this.
I have it. Let me show it to you.
No, I know, but you can show it to Mike there, because he doesn't see that much there he doesn't want my document.
Well, anyway, you're talking about the.
Okay, so, Canada's climate plan
Federal government.
is, the federal government, is to cut emissions by 45% in the next 7 years. So that would be something almost impossible. In fact, I've asked my councilman, John Morrison, if he thought that that would happen, that they would cut emissions by 45% in the next 7 years, which is in their plan. What do you think, John?
And I'm saying no.
Oh, good. Because I think they're deceiving us, and they're being very, what's the other word?
45%.
They're not telling us the truth.
Okay.
So that's a point I wanted to make.
Okay.
Okay, that's done. That's done.
I go home now?
Yeah. Please. No, thank you. Thank you. Hey, I have this document, Progress on GHG Emissions. If not, it's just trash, not worth anything. And I told you, I sent you an email that said, I wanted you to go and watch Understanding and Prevent Climate Breakdown. So I'm just wondering now, I know that it's going to be impossible because we're going to reach 5 degrees C for sure, and we may even go to 10 degrees C. There'll be nothing left, everybody will be gone. So my question is, what was my question?
Questions coming.
I had so much trouble getting going here. So my next question is to you, Mike. Why are politicians killing us with climate change?
Okay, I'll tell you what the city is doing, because you don't seem to know what the city is doing. We'll start.
That's not my question. You're not answering my question.
Lucien,
Why don't you answer my question? Nobody wants to
je
answer
te
my
réponds
question.
à ta question. Là, je l'ai décrit. Veux-tu une seconde, s'il vous plaît? Bon. Tu savais qu'on avait un projet carboneutre à Kirkland? Sais-tu ça?
Wait, I know that, but I don't think that's going to solve much.
Ok, parfait.
It'll help, but it won't solve the problem.
Tu sais qu'on a notre flotte de véhicules depuis 2013.
Electric cars are not going to solve the problem.
Parfait. You understand where he's going?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have the power to do what needs to be done.
Quick second. You asked your question.
Yeah.
Have to respect the listener.
Well, why are politicians killing us with climate
This
change?
is
That's my
not,
question.
no, this is not a debate.
Il sait
You
ça.
asked your question, wait for his answer, and please be respectful of the group that you have in front of you.
I'm not going to be.
Listen.
I'm not going to be like treated like I'm a scum. Okay, excuse me.
You've asked your question.
Yeah.
Have the respect to listen to the answer.
But I have a feeling
So,
that's what I answer.
quiet.
Okay.
It's his turn, not yours. Are we in agreement?
Yes, Lucian.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're a good man, Lucian. You're good, Lucian. Go ahead, Mike.
Ok, en 2017, tu savais qu'on avait fait des rénovations majeures pour réduire les gaz à effet de serre à La Réunion. Savais-tu? Non.
Oui, t'es au courant de ça.
T'es au courant?
C'est
Parfait.
tout.
Tu sais qu'on fait la promotion sur notre site internet, notre page Facebook, de rouler électrique, Renault Climat, ainsi de suite.
No, it's nothing significant. You won't solve the climate
C'est
crisis.
à peu près tout ce que j'ai à te dire. Tu as une autre question? J'en laisse un autre.
No, you didn't answer my question. Why are
Pour
politicians
finir,
killing
une
us?
prochaine. Monsieur Marie, c'est
Monsef Dirachi doesn't want to answer that, neither does Francis Carpelica.
Veux-tu? Je t'ai répondu à qu'est-ce
Ton problème, moi, c'est pas ton problème. Réveille-toi.
Oh, ben là, t'es pas mal agressif, toi, pour
Ok, c'est fini de te poser ta question, je t'ai répondu. Puis
Je peux t'en donner une autre question dans la fin?
Non. Parfait.
Hein?
Suivant, s'il vous plaît.
Thank
Je l'ai
you for being so democratic, Mr. Mayor.
Suivant. Merci, M. Pigeon.
Yeah, I know where you're coming from. Oh, we will do. Yeah.
Okay.
You're my You're my voice.
Arena to Cheval on 98 Worley Hill.
Okay.
Mr. Pigeon, it's the last word.
Oh.
Thank you.
Merci. Monsieur.
First question. Tim Horton, just around the corner here, has been closed for about a year. Does the city know what's happening to the building?
Ah, ça c'est le où il va tout avoir un redéveloppement du centre d'achat qui est là. C'est tout. Que je peux te dire, on n'a pas de plan à l'heure actuelle. But eventually we'll have something to show you.
Okay, so if I understood you correctly, it will be redeveloped, meaning built up and expanded?
No, the footprint is already there, it's going to go up.
Okay, any number of floors?
We don't know yet.
Don't know yet, okay.
Okay, Joe, you want to add something?
Next question is from a couple of my neighbors. What happened to the Kirtland fireworks? They saw for about a minute and a half and then he stopped.
We never had it for, you're probably having another city that did.
No, what he's talking about is that further west in Gibson Park, I think. There were some people.
So they were probably residents.
They were private, they weren't.
No, it was not us.
Oh, okay.
And to answer your question, we were advised by Public Security of Montreal, and with the smog situation, not to happen. And that's what the councils do. And we postpone it, and we'll have them if the temperature or the smog is low. We'll have it on the 22nd of September at the Bénévole Park.
Okay. A most serious question is, with the amount of work that's been done, or should we say marine, the yellow PCP pipes, is it carrying potable water? Is it just for the sewage, or?
No, water.
What pipes are you referring to?
All the pipes that are going from Mountain View all the way up to Daniel Street.
Water.
That are currently on the surface.
Yes.
That's carrying water.
Potable water to drink?
Potable water, yes. Yes. So it's okay.
We
are currently mining, so the main that's underground from St. Charles to the other end of Chemin Saint-Marie, which is basically the service road. Last year we did the section from Montrose to the service road. We lined the pipe, right? So it's an old pipe of about 70 years old. Before we started having too many water main breaks on it, we decided to line it. So we did that section. This year we're doing the section from St. Charles to Daniel, and next year we'll be doing the section between Daniel and Montrose.
That part I know, sorry.
So what you're seeing is we need to still have water going to people's homes. So what they do is they put it in a temporary PVC network. It's all cleaned out, it's all disinfected, and that pipe there is acting like as if it was underground, but it's actually on the surface of the properties.
Could you keep have my mind addressed as to how they clean it, disinfect it? Because I mean, all I see is pieces of pipes here and there, and
yeah. So they're currently so with how they disinfect is like how you would disinfect any other pipe. So there's a cleaning cycle, there's a cleaning process to clean it all out, and then once the water starts to flow, they do testing on the water to make sure that it's suitable. Once it passes all the tests, it becomes suitable for people to drink.
So it's not a 2-minute water flowing job, and then
it takes over a week to set that up and make sure that it's all clean and running properly. So that becomes your network, your water
for now.
Network for now. They're going to then that isolates the pipe that we're talking about. They'll line that pipe. They'll do exactly the same procedure again. They'll rinse it. They'll disinfect it. They'll rehook it up, and the water starts flowing again through the pipe that's in the ground.
And it gives us what, 10 to 15 more years?
25 to 25 years.
No, that part I'm okay, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
Just seeing those water pipes, I mean the PCP pipes, tubes lying around and dirt all over the place, and I had to ask the question as to how do they clean it, and you're telling me that they're cleaning it more than one cycle, I hope.
There's very clear regulations on how to clean it, and you have to pass laboratory tests as to the quality of the water. So samples of the water are taken when they're ready to go, they're sent to a laboratory, they're tested. Once they pass analysis, then it goes into effect.
And what's the time gap between getting the results from the lab and actually?
It depends on how you're hooked up, but you can get test results in 24 hours. You can get test results in 72. So it really depends. So if this is something that this is their business, so I'm assuming they have the right contact the laboratory to get results with them.
Okay, could you be indulgent and let me ask a couple more questions?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. There's nobody in it.
I'm here. The section from L'Artiste Street up to Daniel? No, Del Monte, which is part of the Artiste place where 6-7 houses are going to go up. There's the buckthorn trees there, and the branches, anybody as tall as Steve there, if he's not looking, he could get floating yacht. So it should be looked at and
Which
be trimmed.
Just on the street? Okay. Okay.
Because when you walk on the sidewalk, you're bending over.
Okay.
Okay, and could I go back to the brick project again?
But listen, you had 3 questions. We'll let come back after. Okay.
Well, I'll sit over here.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So I'm Bashir Halimi, 22 Beaubois, Timberley District. I'm here to follow up on my last intervention at the last council meeting, where I raised the concerns of some Kirkland residents regarding the lack of access to some sports fields in Kirkland to Kirkland residents. After a couple of emails with Mr. Sagarito, and a couple of phone calls with Mr. Michael Brown, unfortunately we didn't make much progress. So we don't know today if, as residents, we can have access at reasonable times to sports facilities in Kirkland. What we understood is something that I hope I'm wrong in understanding that, is the control and the management of sports fields, especially soccer in Smiley and Winnebon, is exclusively in the hands of Lakeshore Soccer and Lakeshore Football.
Every year?
Yeah, while I'm 100% and we are 100% in favor of providing sports facilities to our kids and respecting the work that the associations do, we don't think that 100% or nothing is the policy that should be applied here. We're asking for reasonable times for residents to access sports facilities. And actually, I have a smile because I came here to ask for time to meet with the general manager to explain, because the exchange of emails, sometimes there are misunderstandings.
Okay, Mr. Bashir, first of all, in my understanding, it's that our administration were able to get for this year 2 hours a week. Is that right, Joe? Okay. And what you're asking, you want more. That's what I understand. That's right.
Because I consider that residents deserve better access to their sports facilities.
Joe, can you respond to the second part?
Sure. I think, Mr. Bashir, at the beginning of the meeting, you asked to have a meeting with me, and I agreed to it.
Yes, that's why I said I have a smile.
Yeah.
I'm going to meet you. Yeah. If you want to stop it here, then I say,
absolutely.
Have a good evening.
So let's stop it here. Let's have our conversation, and then we'll go from there.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bashir. Okay, next question.
You got go ahead. Bob Fox, 168 Niagara. I'd like to ask a question about the dome.
Okay.
The sport dome, the golfing range.
Yeah.
Why is it we can't go and drive at the range? Is there a problem?
I won't get in details, but you should ask them why. It's a private business. You know.
Is it because the balls are going?
No, that's not an issue. You should ask the owner.
Okay, I just wanted to find out if the city had any anything to do with the nets or something that the.
I went at the beginning of the year, but nothing was open. You know.
Okay, maybe it's closed.
It would help.
They never opened up the driving range.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with the nets at this point in time.
Okay. I was just wondering. Probably the balls were going too far.
No.
Okay, thank you very much. So I have to find out about it through them. Okay. I was just wondering about 6.3. Public call for tenders. Ecclestone Park rehabilitation.
Yeah, it's a new module for Ecclestone Park. It was greatly due there. Yeah. It's part of our maintenance program for our parks. And the playground. Yeah, it's a playground module. A little bit like Oliver. The module.
Okay. That'll be over.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Next.
Marina Disheville, 98 Morley Hill. Mr. Mayor, I gave you the homework assignment that you gave me about the trees.
No, he has the report.
Any follow-up, any comments?
At the moment, the guys are in the process of planting the trees that they have planned for this year. The guys are in the process of still cleaning up the mess from the ice storm we referred to before. So no, it's on my desk. I will sit down with them, and once they've completed that, we'll look into what can and can't be done.
I would love to take a shovel and
I know.
plant one of my favorite trees. Okay, fine, thank you.
You're welcome.
Going back to the brick project.
The brick, okay, yeah.
I asked the question during the winter, and typically, you know, when you read bylaw number 2016-53-49, see subsection bylaw number 47, followed by previous by section, number 9, whatever. And at that time, I got a clear answer from you that the level of the condominium was not going to be taller than these ones opposite City Hall here. Do I remember correctly?
No.
Is my information correct?
I think because there's a difference in elevation, it will.
Well, I mean the top of the project will be even with the top here.
Yes, but the number of stories will be different because you're starting from a lower elevation.
Okay,
as long as
we understand. We understand.
But that's only for the buildings that are on Chemin St. Marie.
Exactly.
As you go further towards the highway, they go higher.
Okay, that brings me out to my understanding of the project. In my simplicity of looking at things, I thought maybe only one block building is going to be. But digging deeper, if I did my research correctly, it's going to be like 7 blocks.
4 blocks.
No, it's 4.
4 blocks.
It's not now, it's always been
4 blocks.
Well,
the project hasn't changed from the very beginning.
I'll have to go back and do research because the way I was told, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 more, 7. And there's going to be a little park on the east of it. Yes or no?
Where's that? In the middle.
in the
In
middle.
the middle now. Okay, so I was told on the side. You guys say in the middle?
But you come here, ask your question, we'll tell you exactly what it is, and it's always been in the middle. It's always.
Mr. Bijaka, the problem is the way it's convoluted, written down. It's difficult for a lay person like me to ask the proper question.
Yeah,
It's difficult.
Come and see Joe.
So, yeah, let me.
Come and see Joe, you'll explain what.
Come on in.
Come
Give me
on
a
in.
call, and if it's not me, it'll be my urban plan department. We will sit down with you, show you exactly the plan. So you were right in some of the things you're saying. some of the things are
Well,
not.
this is what happens when you get it secondhand and you try to figure things out for somebody.
Mario, can I just
Thank
ask
you very
you
much.
a quick question? Where did you get that information? About 7 blocks? It's like where you said you got this
It
information?
doesn't matter. I don't like to talk about other people. Okay?
Oh, it's a person. Okay. Okay, thanks.
Okay, next question.
Next question. 5.1.
5.1.
Again, to me, it does not make any sense. So if you'd like to explain it in layman terms what it is, I appreciate it.
Yeah, go ahead.
The property that goes from Charles E. Frost to the limit of Point Claire, where you have the old Mert Frost campus.
Okay.
Right. So you have Jubilant that's kind of in the middle of that property, and then you have the rest of the property that we're referring to from Charles E. Frost to Point Claire. At the very corner of Charles E. Frost Service Road and Brunswick, there's one lot there. We're creating a lot there, and we're allowing for a storage facility to go into that corner. So what we're doing is we're separating that piece, that parcel of land, from the rest of the land. So you're going to have now that piece of land with your storage facility on it. You're going to have Jubilant, and then you're going to have the rest of the site, which is divided into the north part. It's going to have residential with the project that was approved for the Prevel site, and you're going to have the site closest to the service road that's going to remain industrial.
How many residences are we talking about?
It ranges between 1,100 to 1,300 is the last numbers that I heard. But it's like
1,100 to 1,300
units, yes.
Units.
That was-
Mostly
So divided by 2, and you're talking about 500-600 extra cars, right? Vehicles?
All
Are
of
we
that.
talking about Prevet or the warehouse?
This year that we're
No,
talking
Prevet
about
is not-
has nothing to do with Prevel.
Yeah, Prevet has nothing to do with what we're doing tonight.
So the lot that we divided, the subdivided lot that we're referring to here is really to set aside a piece of parcel of land for the storage facility that's going to be on the corner of Service Road, Charles E. Frost, and Brunswick.
And it will be commercial and not industrial.
Okay.
That's why we have to separate it.
Thank you.
That's all it is. Right?
Okay, I'll just take
Can I ask just one short question without a preamble?
Yeah, if you ask it politely, go ahead.
Oh, that's going to be hard. Have you any comments, anybody, the mayor, council, or councilwoman, any comments to make on all the YouTube videos that I've sent you by email? Some of them were very, very relevant to climate change.
And the only comments I've got, they're very alarmist. Yes, we have to look at climate change seriously. We're looking, ourselves are doing our own work for our region, and also we're coming up with a new plan of climate control, not climate control, but here, I got it, sorry, I don't want to induce you in error. It would be, right here. No, c'est our plan. It's le plan de développement durable, where we're talking about our climate situation and what we're planning to do. Eventually, Montreal, like Lowe, will have a study performed on the GS, les gaz à effet de serre, and we'll be part of it in the sense that we'll know our carbon footprint or our GS for Kirkland. So we're on the right track. But what you sent us, it's awful. I do admit it's awful. But for us, give us the chance to do what we can do for our own city, our own imprint. And what we're doing up to now, we're doing it well. And we're probably way ahead of many other municipalities when it comes to le plan de développement durable. Keep in mind, we had that plan since almost 2010, but now we're working on another one that will bring us to 2030, and with probably more information with the AGO, with the GS results. But we're on the right track. That's what I can tell you. But your video, and I saw them, Lucien.
You did?
And I saw one of the first one on YouTube.
Oh, thank you very much.
And yes, you have to admit there's something wrong going on, and we have to act, every individual has to act, and your council, I can assure you, we're on top of the situation.
Could I just ask you if it's possible that you really look at the two documents that I just proposed?
I will.
Wonderful. I can't ask any more from you.
Yeah.
I thank Nancy Kokinis and Councilwoman Karen Cliff, because they are really interested, and I hear also that Luciano, he told me this today, that he's concerned about climate change. So any of you who are concerned, I thank you very much, because our kids and our grandchildren, boy, we really need to act to save them, because it's going to be terrible what's coming. And it may happen sooner than we think. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, all the councillors. I hope to see you again next month. I hope I'll be polite.
Okay, that's what I'm counting on.
Thank you.
I'd like to ask you about the parking, about the rim.
The rim?
At our station.
Yep.
Well, how many parking spaces there going to be?
Like I told you, like I mentioned at some of the meetings, we're looking at 200 parking spots.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Because based on the traffic study that we did, you cannot basically put more there.
The problem is, where are the people going to park their cars? All over the place?
They won't be able to park it on our street, that I can guarantee.
Or are they going to put up different signs saying no parking?
If it's the case, we'll have to do it. But for now, that's what we're asking the promoter to consider when he'll come up with his plan.
Is there, are we going to get passes so we can park there or what?
For now, we don't know how it will work, but my dream and the feeling of all the council is to have parking for Kirkland residents, and we still maintain this position.
But that's only 200.
Yeah, but it's 200.
Only for us.
When you cannot take more, Bob, we won't basically sacrifice our street, residential street, because we're putting 500, 600. It won't take 600 parking spots. That area will
the objective was 2,000 parking spaces.
Yeah, but that's the objective, CDPQ, that's not us. Yeah, go ahead.
So, Bob, the project's evolved for the last 5 years, right?
Yes.
So we went from major changes in roads, major changes in overpasses, having a parking of 2,000 units was definitely a discussion piece. All that changed. All that changed where we got no new overpasses, we got no new roads. What we got on the 440 was public transportation, right? So at least we've done that. But that means you need to analyze what your roads can handle. And what we're suggesting to you is we've maximized the number of parking spots for our residents that those roads can handle. So you can sit here and say, well, why not 300 or why not 500? Because the roads can handle it. So what we've done is we've said we're going to have 200 parking spots, which is exactly the same number like in St. Anne's.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is for us, it's going to be reserved to Kirkland residents.
Exactly.
Right? So at that point, how it's going to be done.
How it's going to be done, passes or what?
How we're going to figure out what passes or how it's going to work has not been finalized yet because we're not there. But as long as the project evolves, we're going to get to the point where we're going to say,
I'm just asking, like, okay, 200 parking spots, but is it going to be a sticker on our cars?
I don't know. I only know once we get in. Right now we're still working about the project. On the project, we're still talking about what is and what isn't. We're not advanced enough yet to get into the details of how parking is going to be dealt with.
It's coming. It's coming shortly.
Well, it is, and before the end of the year, we have to have something done. But understand that right now, that's not the discussion that's on the table. Right now, it's about how do we guarantee the 200 parking spots. Council's made it very clear they want 200 parking spots. What types of projects are we looking at? How is it going to work? There's a lot of work and a lot of discussions going on, a lot of negotiations between us and other parties. So we want to just make sure that the big lines are handled. Then after that, when we get into, we've confirmed the 200 parking spots, how are we going to manage that site so that our Kirkland residents have access to it? We'll get there.
By the way, keep in mind, 1st of July just passed free transport for 65 plus.
Yes.
Okay. You have to, go directly to the SDM office.
Right here on
Fairview. Fairview will take it, yeah.
Do you need a?
It's
$50
for 7 years.
No, I'm not talking about. You need a picture, or did they take a?
The picture, I don't know if you don't know. I'm not sure, Bob, but if,
okay.
Well, we could find out. Nancy, could you find
Bob,
out?
I'll find out for you.
Okay.
And I'll let you know what I'll do at the same time. Is I'll post it on social media as well.
Yeah, I did post it on.
Yeah, if you did, I'll share the mayor's post as well. But I'll let you know personally.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, any more questions? Okay, Marguerite.
Concernant le projet que j'ai parlé tout à l'heure, sans rentrer dans les détails, est-ce que je peux savoir comment ça va fonctionner un petit peu? Le projet des gens âgés, quand il y a des désastres.
Si tu vas à notre info Kirkland qu'on a distribué à toutes les maisons, on te donne exactement qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire, les numéros de téléphone sont là, et ainsi de suite. Registre des personnes vulnérables, c'est bien décrit, puis je peux te laisser ma copie. Mais on a distribué l'info Kirkland.
Est-ce qu'il faut que les gens aient des maladies ou. Non, moi je suis en pleine santé, mais je suis en elderly.
Non, pas nécessairement. C'est tout simplement, on veut s'assurer que tous nos seniors puissent être enregistrés sur le registre. C'est pour tout simplement s'assurer.
Peu importe leur condition.
Peu importe leur condition. Tu n'es pas obligé d'être malade. Tu peux être un jeune senior. Aujourd'hui, on est à 55, tu es un senior.
Kirkland est rendu à 55.
André, tu sais, si tu vas chez Vandy's, ils te donnent une liqueur gratuite.
Ah oui?
C'est à 60 ans.
Quand c'est de 80, t'as pas checké, hein?
Non, je suis allé, moi, la semaine passée.
Merci tout le monde. Merci d'être venu. Next public meeting will be Monday, August the 7th, 2023, 8 p.m. Notre prochaine séance du conseil, jeudi 7 août 2023 à 20h. Donc, proposeur pour.
Je propose la fermeture de la séance.
Et secondé par. Merci.